Saturday night smoke show here, and tonight we're going to be checking out a reproduction of the Meal Combat individual. It's this one right here. The other things that you can see here are going to be basically for visual reference, so we can see a couple different period correct Meal Combat individuals. We've got a first generation, and then this is towards the end, really. Well, not the end. This is towards the end of the cigarette containing Meal Combat individuals, I should say. But there's also a treaty beer sitting here, which is actually pretty interesting. I didn't know how interesting this was until literally just a few minutes ago, and I was like, I'll probably better check and see like what kind of information I can find on that. And very interesting. I'll read an article to you guys here in just a moment. But right now, real quick, I'll go through the chat and say what's up to everybody. And I also need to I'll go make a post real quick, because if I don't, YouTube probably won't tell her. It probably won't matter, honestly, whether I make a post or not. You know how YouTube works. It's awesome. Let's see here. Copy link real quick. I will make this pretty quick, guys. Make a post. Okay. Boom. Oh, of course it's not. It's not gonna let me. All right. Well, you know what? I'll add another picture here of. There we go. I'll bring the kittens in. I was going to start the stream off having the kittens in here, just because they're at that age that they're awesome. They're really fun. All right, real quick here, post a link, and now come and join us. But hopefully, Mr. Brady will be here. And hey, there's G. Schultz and Miss Marilyn. Hey, Miss Marilyn, I hope you're doing good today. Dub C, what's up, dude? Man, I checked out a video you did the other day. I didn't see the most recent two that you've released, I think, but I did see the one where you had the like a heater thing. I don't know. It was like a portable meal cooker type deal, and it looked pretty cool, actually. If it has a battery, like a lithium battery, that would make it 10 times cooler, actually. I know you said something about plugging it in. It just didn't seem like you had it plugged in when you did it. I couldn't tell. And, yeah, man. Awesome. Live now. Come and join us. Okay. Post. Boom. Post is made. Done deal. All right. Now I can get out of that. Go into this. Okay. Now, we're going to start this off. Hey, there's CT. Can I get a hallelujah? Howdy, all. Hallelujah, CT has made it. All right, man. Thank you for stopping by, dude, and thank you for that super chat, man. It always starts the night out really well with the super chat. And I think I'm going to go ahead and drink that beer. And I think it's going to loosen me up some. And it's not super old. It's old enough. I mean, this thing's 30. What is it, 34? This thing's 34 years old. I do believe it's 1987. This thing started a lot of controversy. This thing was basically, not this thing, this brand, this movement that they started with Stop Treaty Abuse right there, with this treaty beer. It's very interesting. Let me pull this article up real quick, because it's like I said, it's pretty interesting. And I won't spend a whole lot of time on it, because the main focus tonight is this Meal Combat individual from 2021 right here. Sorry about that, folks. Of course, YouTube kicked me off. That's normal. Anyway, like I said, there's a link to Mr. Brady's eBay store right down in the description if you guys want to get one of these yourself. I mean, compared to buying one of these over here, this is insanely cheap. And also, he said he was going to try to put up his own website so he could sell these outside of eBay, which I think would be a great idea because he can include something else in them that way. Whereas eBay is very strict about. Sorry, I moved the camera there, guys. Very strict about what they'll let them sell. So, okay, treaty beer storm lingering. After just 6 weeks, treaty. This is a Chicago Tribune article from August 24th, 1987. Um, talking about in Milwaukee. It says after just 6 weeks, treaty beer, a brew born in protest, has ceased production. After just 6 weeks, I would say that probably makes this beer rather rare. Although I do think that a lot of people probably kept these as a memento type deal or collectible, just because they knew they had a very short run, and also the novelty of it for what it stood for and what they were trying to do with it. I do believe Jacob Hallenberger actually sent me another one of these, and that's why I got this one out. I was like, I got two of them. I'll sacrifice one. Anyways, despite what the promoters say, that it was had a smashing, successful debut, said there was a tremendous response. Donald Long said that. That was a quote. One of two Minnequa, Wisconsin businessmen who launched the beer on July 12th to support the opposition of the Board of Fishing and treaty rights granted the state's Chippewa Indians. Oh, it was granted to the state's Chippewa Indians, the treaty. Everybody seems to want it. It's hot right now, agreed Frank Gregushka of Discount Liquors Incorporated. Anyway, but Michael Healy, president of Hiberna? I can't pronounce that. There it is. The brewery, Hiberna Brewery in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, said that he halted production 10 days ago after complaints from a retailer who carries other beers of their brand. He said that the retailer feared her business was in jeopardy from a boycott begun by the treaty beer's opponents. Those who favor the controversial federal court decision last February allocating the Indians' rights started a bunch of crap with the local businesses that were selling this treaty beer, and the guys that actually were making this beer they took it very seriously, halted production of it, pulled it off the shelves. It was a very quick, fast acting response, in my opinion, for what was going on, because honestly, nowadays I don't think they'd pull it over something like that. And then again, I could be wrong. Controversy sells nowadays. That's what I've noticed about the current, it's called economy or state of things. It seems like everything's a fight. Let's see. North Central Wisconsin was a veritable fisherman's paradise and has not been the same since the decision. In the ruling of the U.S. District Court said that in keeping with the spirit of the 19th century treaties, Chippewa fishermen and hunters can take as much as 100% of the surplus allowable catch using whatever means they wish, including spear fishing, gill netting, and night hunting, which with spotlights, none of which non-Indian fishermen and hunters are permitted to do. Consequently, this spring Indian spearfishing season was marked by several landing dock confrontations between jeering brands of non-Indian sport fishermen and tribal spearsmen. Now, this is back in the 80s that this was going on. This sounds like something that was going on at the turn of the century, late 1800s. No, this was 1987. It blows my mind that such a ruckus was made, and that they would even actually pass a treaty allowing only Indians to take all of the fish. It says 100%, but it is what it is. So A spokesman said that the group is dedicated to combating racism and sexism. Yeah, this is going to get into a bunch of political stuff that I really don't want to talk about, and it'll just get me into conversations that I don't need to have. We're charged with pulling in illegally large catches from Lake Michigan. Publicly silent recently. Some Indian fishermen. Oh, huh. Some Indian fishermen right after that were charged with taking too many fish at one time. And yeah, it goes on to say that basically this treaty and somewhat even this beer, because it made it more popular by getting it out there in front of folks and people seeing these beers for sale in their local stores, it really did get a lot of traction and cause a lot of problems. So it wasn't just because of this, it was because of the treaty that was passed, but at the same time, this had a lot to do with it. And yeah, it didn't make it long. Like I said, I think it said 10 weeks. Nope, 6 weeks. 6 weeks is all this was produced. So, I mean, it's kind of sacrilege to open it. I almost want to open it from the bottom, but I'm not going to. This one's going to get opened from the top, and I'm going to drink it the right way. A 34-year-old treaty beer. It's a 12 ounce, obviously. And I'm going to have to say, I wonder if it's going to be any good. Should I open it like this, or should I turn the camera around and open it? The beer can does look great. It's let's take a little look at it. This is treaty beer, tax dollars, land claims, fishing rights, hunting rights, water rights, equal rights. The working man. They just they went all out. Oh, it's true brew of the working man. All right. So the date is nailed down on this. Absolutely 100%. Within a 6-week period in 1987 is when this was made. So there's no doubt about that. This was made between, let's see here. Where's the dates at? It started on July 12th, and it ended August, the end of August. So 1987, here we go. Crack this bad boy open. I do kind of want to poke a hole in the bottom of it. Before I go any further, real quick, I do have a box over here. I'll show you guys this box in a little bit, but I'm going to bring it up right now because before I crack this beer open, foreignmre.com, they were kind enough to send me a case to sample of their MREs that they've got in. They have 2019 MREs, and they also have a discount code. You guys can use OS10 or Oldsmokey 10 and get yourself $10 off of whatever order. And I think they do like free shipping over there or something. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like, I don't know. If you've ever shipped a case of MREs, I'm just going to tell you right now, if you ship them in the actual case that they come in, it costs you about 30 to 35 bucks usually. Now that's if it's not going 2,000 miles. If it's going 2,000 miles, it's going to be over 40 bucks to ship it. It's expensive. It's not cheap to ship MREs. So yeah. All right, here we go. foreignmre.com. Like I said, there's a discount code you guys can use. And I don't think I have a link to them in my description. I just realized that. I got to get that down there. But it's very easy for you guys to find it. Their Art just commented, said, thank you, Oldsmokey. He said free shipping. It's very easy to find. Like, you just type in foreignmre.com and it'll take you right to their website. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to drink a 34-year-old beer. And then we're going to talk about, oh, look at the head on that thing. Wow. Well, it's just going to foam right on out of there, I guess. I always try to chug these things. I end up wearing about half of it. Oh, it's just going to fill the whole top of the can up. That's awesome. Okay. Awesome. Hey, Mrs. G. Schultz. Thank you for passing along the hello, Mr. G. Schultz. All right, flip the camera around. Tilt it down some. Having a lot of problems with my leg today and yesterday. Day before, I couldn't figure out what it felt. It feels like my leg's broken again. It feels like it's weird. Something's definitely wrong. Gonna have to go to the doctor. Somehow I got a hair. Okay, I got it out. Well, treaty beer. Here's to 1987. What were you doing in 1980? Were you even alive in 1987? If you weren't, put it in the chat. Comment on this later. Let me know what was going on in 1987 that you remember. I would have been 5 years old. 1987. Just turned 5 actually, right when this was being made. So a couple weeks, a little over 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after my 5th birthday, this was made. So that's it's pretty crazy. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Got to brush the mustache out of the way. So, born in '89 and '80. I seen that. Miss Marilyn says I was 22. I was 5. I never would have dreamed. Obviously not when I was 5, but I mean, I never would have dreamed I'd be doing something like this. This is just not something I ever thought I'd be doing, I guess. That wouldn't have been so cold, I could have chugged it. Very carbonated still. It's actually quite smooth. I would call it a very light beer. What else am I picking up out of there? Not very hoppy at all. It doesn't have that fruitiness that they get sometimes with age, which is probably never good. That's just the components breaking down and things get fruity. A lot of times whenever they decompose, you get this fruitiness. And give it another try here. Kitty, you look here. You're interested. The cat is interested in the beer. Okay. You don't want any of this. I know better. If I get something in a little bit that I can share with you, I'll share. She's my baby. Here, come here. This is my baby. Say hello to everybody. This is Brownie. And I call her Brownie because, see that on her back right there? Not long after she was born, she turned brown. And she turned back, her fur turned back to black mostly. But the brown's coming back again. It hasn't done that in a couple years, but it's coming back. Yeah, she's a good girl. She really is. She's a great cat. Honestly, my favorite cat. Because she loves me. MTV was 81. First song was a video, Killed the Radio. Oh, Killed the Radio Star. Oh, I remember MTV very well from when I was like 4 and 5 years old. I got stories about MTV. All right, here we go. Ugh. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, one little sip left. The worst part is the bottom of a vintage beer. I just pulled a chunk out of my mouth from this. It's empty. It wasn't bad at all. I'm not going to complain about this one. This one right here, I would drink another one right now if I had it. I do have another one, but if I had a surplus of them, I guess, if I had like a few more, I would definitely down another one because it held up tremendously well. Obviously, I don't know what it tasted like in 1987, but I'm not a huge beer drinker. This is lighter than a Bud Light, I would say. Very smooth. Even with as much carbonation was going on, I can tell how smooth it is. And pretty impressive, actually. This, I can understand why people liked it. I don't think, I think after people tried it, it wasn't really so much about the cause as it was that it's a pretty good beer. I mean, in my opinion, it's good beer 34 years later. So, pretty cool, man. Some great information out there about this. Like I said, I didn't want to start some big discussion on it. And a lot of light. Anyway. If you want to read up a little bit on this, Chicago Tribune's got a really cool article on it. And I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. Treaty brew. Alright, flip the camera back around and let's talk about some MCIs. There we go. I got a beer pyramid over here of empty cans. Okay. Now, MCIs, meal combat individuals. They are basically the next generation after the C ration. Everybody's heard of a C ration. Any guy that's ever been in the military has heard the term C ration. C ration is a term that was used for, let's see here, 40, 50, 60, 70, about 50 years, roughly 40 or 50 years. Let's see. It would have been 40 years. So C ration was a term that was used for 40 years for the actual rations that were being used. Even though these were meal combat individuals, if you've ever seen a case of these, right on the outside of the case, it's got a great big C. I don't know why that C's there. I've never found that out. I don't know if that was just something to carry over from the C rations or what. But the actual C rations really came about in 1939. Let me see here. I think I got that. So like I said, what you know of as C rations or whatever came up in 1939. And I must have, what did I do? Huh. Well, let me pull this back up. I don't think I have a picture of a case that I can show you guys right off the top of my head. But I'm sure I can find one. Here, let me pull up a picture. Just so I can, anybody that wonders can see what I'm talking about. So right here. See, meal combat individual, and the sleeve on the cases and the cases themselves have a big C on them. Okay? The C, like I said, I don't really understand why the C's there. I mean, it's a MCI. So it's a meal combat individual. Now, meal combat individuals didn't start until 1958. 1958. So this right here is a first generation. If you'll notice on the accessory packet there, on the accessory packet there are no drinks in here. There's no coffee, there's no cream, there's no sugar, right? Just cigarettes, matches, chewing gum, toilet paper, spoon, and salt. And I'll show you why that is. Because there was another packet, the beverage packet, that had your coffee instant, your dry cream product, and your sugar in it. That's all that's in this little packet. And it kept it separate from your accessory packet. So this was like a little brew kit, basically, is what the British would call it. Now this thing is in extremely rough condition, as you can see right there. I don't know if that's the main or fruit right there. Honestly, this is like one of the worst ones that I could have gotten as far as the menus go, because, yeah, as you can see right here on top, I mean, this is Hammond mother truckers, if, to use a child-friendly term. But anytime you see B2 unit on the older MCIs, B2 is going to designate. Here, I got one right here. As a matter of fact, this is a great representation because this is from 1960. Crackers and cheese spread, and that's it. But I don't know if you can tell from where you guys are, but this can is bloated because that cheese spread has decided to open up inside of there. And the Booth Fruit Company, I don't know what it is about the Booth Fruit Company. I tend to see that their B units go bad more often than other companies that I've seen. I don't know if it was a canning technique. I don't know if it was their soldering method. I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is with that, but I've looked at enough of these things over the years, guys, to realize and to recognize that the Booth Fruit Company's B2 units don't hold up as well as some of the other companies do. And, it is what it is. So this is a first generation Mill Combat individual. Don't even ask me about prices on this because prices have gotten absolutely ridiculous. I've bought this, I would say, rather recently. I think I bought this probably, I'm going to say a year. Of course, it knocked me out again. Anyway, I was talking about prices, and as far as prices go, they've gotten absolutely crazy. And for a first generation like this, I mean, it's a lot of money. And I bought this thing probably a year and a half ago. I do believe this one right here in particular, I have 3 or 4 of the first generation ones. I think I have 4. And this one right here, I think I got this one from Saltycroccollectibles, which is also, well, he ain't got nothing up on eBay, he told me. But Vince, great guy, love that guy. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought this one from him. And then I bought a few others of the first generations. These ones don't come up very often because I do believe in 1960, mid-year or early 61, they stopped doing this. And they went to this. Your standard looking accessory packet. You'll notice one side, it's printed like this. And on the other side, if you just flip it over like that, it's wrong. It's upside down. But if you go like this, there it is. That's right. So this accessory packet is still airtight. This is a good one. And this one is from 1968, I do believe, is what the B unit says in this one. Again, we have a B2 unit. This one right here looks like it hasn't bloated yet, but just by shaking it, I can tell you, I can feel the moistness in there. You can just tell by the way it feels that it's just not right. It's not good. So, yeah. Now this menu right here is beans with meatballs in tomato sauce. And here we have beans with Frankfurter chunks in tomato sauce. So pretty similar menus here. Not exactly the same. This was hot dogs. This is meatball chunks. I've never seen the beans with meatballs open before. Never seen that menu before. I do have a loose accessory pack. This accessory packet right here came with this meal right here. So I don't want to separate it out from it because if it's going to get a review done on it at some point by me or someone else, it needs to have the proper accessory packet with it. Now I do have this loose one right here that I plan on opening. This is a standard cigarette containing accessory packet from probably anywhere from 68 to 72. The later years, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but in the later years, you're going to see a lot of Marlboros, Pall Malls, and you might see some of the menthol Benson and Hedges. You might see some of the white packs, and you might see Winston's. So those are the main brands that you're going to see from 68 to 72. Brands that you'll see from earlier years, 67 to 58, you'll see Lucky Strike, you'll see Camel, you'll see uh, the 5 packs of Pall Malls, the 5 packs of Luckies. You'll see they were just better. In general, they were better. Now, if I'm going to get a pack of smokes out of a 68 to 72 accessory packet, personally, I pray that they're Pall Malls. Pall Malls were non-filter longs. They're awesome. They're one of the best smokes that you can pull, especially out of a 68 to 72 accessory packet. The Marlboros, honestly, I mean, I was a Marlboro man for years. The Marlboros, they're filtered. They're not bad, but they're not great either. They're not the best. Anytime you see a filter on them, the Winston's filters, the Benson Hedges are filtered, the White Pack menthols are filtered. Can't remember what the brand is on those, but yeah. Anyway, so there is that stuff. I'll set it off to the side a little bit there. Here's the focus. Move this back here. Move that back there. And we're going to unbox this bad boy right here. Didn't realize I had that bead in it right there. I'm trying to make a decent background here. There we go. That's looking more like something as a background. Oh. Yep, I might have to take a break here for a second, guys. My leg is not doing well. Not doing well at all. Whew. Hurting. I don't like to complain either. You know, I don't like to complain. I tell you, I got those vintage Camels around here somewhere. Cheyenne red short. I don't know what that is. A Cheyenne. Never heard of that. Well, thank you, Miss Sharon. Probably just gonna have to pull my chair up and take a seat for a few minutes, because I swear it feels like my leg's broken. I have not done anything for that to happen. It's been hurting ever since I took the trip to Kentucky, but the past few days has been really bad. So much so it's kind of been dictating my thoughts so much that I couldn't get as prepared for this as I would prefer to have been. I didn't even think about it. These Camels that I'm smoking are from the exact same time period as the beer. Where did that pack go? I just had it. I think it fell. Did it fall? Huh. What the heck? I don't know what I've done with it. Anyways, Mr. Brady was kind enough to send this along. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not sponsored by the producer of this ration. He was kind enough to send this along for all of us to check out on a live stream, so I ain't got a penny in this. He sent this to me for free. I did not pay anything for this. So we're going to take this thing out, take an honest, hard look at it, and if we have any suggestions for him on ways that he could improve, or first of all, I'm going to say, to reproduce something like this would not be easy. I will say that. And I've done enough talking with Wayne, which is not his real name, but I'm going to call him Wayne. Hey, Bob. Didn't really hear what's going on, but I did get enough to hear that you aren't having a good time, Smokey. Hope things get better. Have you checked your mail lately, Bob? Hopefully you have. Do I have the gout? I could. I could maybe have the gout. I don't really know what that is. I hope that's not what I have. I don't know if there's a cure for the gout. But anyway, he sent along this packing list, which I thought was really cool, like in an old order form, military order form. Really cool. Got a part number, I guess that would be, or is that a date? 3/24/68 maybe. Date prepared, the 3rd month, 24th day of 2021. Look at that. Wow. Date requested 3/21, 3 days prior. Time requested 0136. Page number 1 of 1. And Meal Combat Individual Beans and Franks. I like this. This is a cool detail to add in to any order that he does like that. And then DA Form 2930, May 1st, 1965. That is super, super cool. Oh, it's a kitchen request form. That's right. Food service kitchen request. For use of this form, CTC 8-502. I can't read that. Something agency is the office of the Surgeon General. That's what it says there on the bottom. I can't tell what that proper is it proper? Proper agency is in the office of Surgeon General. I don't know. Anyway, Curious Pete, just for the record, and 3 margaritas and maybe about 6 beers ahead of you. That sounds like a good time. Hoping that beer helps me out a little bit. Okay, here's the letter that he enclosed. It says, I've enclosed beans and Frankfurter chunks MCI C ration per our conversation on eBay. I started making these for personal use for just me and my friends at reenactments and was told I should try to sell some. The goal from the beginning was to make a reusable ration to promote eating period correct at events. That was as accurate as possible without being absorbingly expensive. I try to keep the cost down, not only so people are not afraid to carry them at the events because they will likely get beat up, but also to help promote an already expensive hobby. As you said, sourcing cans, especially the medium-sized ones, is not an easy task, and it does contribute to most of the cost of the $35, which is what he charges for one of these, which I'm going to tell you guys right now is very cheap compared to the other reproductions that I've looked at. Very small profit margin. He says they are each individually handmade from many original examples. I use templates that his grandpa must have stolen half of Vietnam before he came home, and grandma got packages weekly. Christmas dinner with some of the NBA officers' gold flatware. That's freaking awesome. And I'm now working on the long range patrol rations are up on eBay now that he mentioned in this letter right here. Right here. Said he hoped to have them listed in the next 2 weeks. Hope you enjoy the ration and find it comparable to the originals. I'm thinking of making a deluxe one that would be even more closely in resemblance to the originals, but also more expensive since it would require contracting a professional to color match and aerosol paint the cans, filling the cigarette packs, and a number of other tweaks to the packaging. Hope you and yours are doing well. That the ration tastes better than the cod liver oil. The cod liver oil was actually good, though. I said that when I read this the first time. The cod liver oil was actually, it tasted pretty good, to be honest. Tasted like some really smooth, like whiskey or something, liquor. Like, I don't know, it was fruity and things like that. Anyways, let's get into this. I could go on for hours with information about Meal Combat Individuals and C rations prior to the Meal Combat Individual. Like I said, they went through some changes. They went through a few minor changes after they stopped with the yellow packs and went to the brown packs. But like I said, they were minor. They were minor differences, things that the average person wouldn't notice, like some of the changes that are made in MREs that I don't consider generational changes. Generational changes are something like going from the yellow packs over to the brown packs. That would constitute a generational change, in my opinion. I'm sure that Natick probably feels the same, probably does classify them once they switched out from the yellows to the browns as a generational change. First generation MCIs look just like this. 1958, that's what you got. Now, this one right here, I think is going to resemble a, I'm going to say 68 to 72 version of the Meal Combat Individual, just based on the menu. Just like Tuna. Tuna was not available until, I'm going to say, mid to late 70s, I think. It may have been available early 70s, but I can't remember. That menu didn't come into play until later on, though. I do know that. So, first things first, it's packed correctly. Your accessory packet will be on top, just like that. That is correct. And your accessory packet will be lettered, just like this. Obviously, the color, they actually do vary quite a bit throughout the years on the coloring. I think this is probably a little more brown than any that I've ever seen before, but at the same time, it serves the exact right purpose. It's a good size, and it looks like an accessory packet. And you got cigarettes, matches, chewing gum, toilet paper, coffee instant, cream substitute, dry non-dairy, sugar, and salt. And down here we have Delta Packaging Products Incorporated, Simpsonsville, Illinois. Where's that Simpsonsville? Simpsons. Anyway. And here we have a spoon, which is, this reminds me of the civilian versions from 1980 or so, 1979, 1980. They made, Sopaco made a bunch of civilian MCIs that I've seen on the market. Now, they might have made them prior to that and after that, but all the ones that I've seen, 1970, 1980, and they had this exact type of spoon. I do believe I have one, but I don't think I have one handy. I have some, actually. I have a few. So, but the spoon is correct. Here is a earlier version of the C-ration spoon. They used to be clear. So they started out as being clear like this. This was in a C-ration. This was in the Ration Combat Individuals and the early RCIs. And this was also in flight feeding. This was in the in-flight meals. So, but as you can see, let's check out the size spec real quick. It's dead on. It's dead on size. So hopefully, I don't know if Mr. Brady is in the comments here or not. I hope he is. And if he's not, then we can't ask him any questions. But I wonder where those spoons... Oh, there he is. So I'm curious where the spoons came from, because those... I don't know. I've never seen those. So I've never seen them like pop up at Wendy's or something like that. You know what I mean? Because they're very... They're exactly the right size. Obviously, we can pull one of these out. This is an early one. Wait, is my spoon missing? It is. Just realized that. Well, can't pull that one out. Can pull this one over here out, though. I seen it in there. There we go. There. So there's your original versus the reproduction one. Let me see what his response to that was. I'm pretty sure he responded. Probably. Smokey, do you think American Spirit cigarettes would be closer to the smokes MCIs would have? Probably. As far as, I guess, clarity, taste, and everything else, maybe. Let's see. I'm going to go back down to the bottom and see. Okay, yep. Got them from a DoD. Oh, okay, DoD surplus sale. So these probably were the same exact spoons that were in those civilian versions of Sopaco that were running 79 and 80. That's probably... Okay, so these are, or were, going to be a government type issue, or a government manufacturer use. Next up, here, let me move that spoon out of the way. The framing right. we have the B1 unit. This one has crackers and candy. Gotta say, for hand painting that, that's not bad. I've seen cans that looked almost exactly like that. Kind of, I don't know how to describe that exactly. Kind of like an opaqueness to it on the outsides. I've seen cans that came out just like that. And this is an original can. You can tell by looking at the seams. Oh, it's stamped on the bottom right there. October 16th of 1970. Got your B1 unit. Then we have our seedless jam grape. Kern Foods Incorporated, Los Angeles, California. Net weight 1.5 ounces. So I don't know what this can is. I mean, obviously it's a painted can that screws apart, which is pretty cool. For reuse, I mean, you can't beat that. So you can just refill all these cans after you eat it. So for reenactment purposes, already, I'm going to say bang up job. And you can see that that's where a lot of the focus is here, is being able to reuse these products, because you can buy one of these and reuse this thing however many times till you tear it up. Which obviously is something that's going to happen if you're doing reenactments. You're out and you're going through your paces out in the field and doing your thing. You're going to end up tearing these cans up. Put them in your pocket. You're going to put them in your rucksack, whatever you're using, and they'll most likely probably get torn up at some point. So you have to get another one. And here we have the beans with Frankfurter chunks and tomato sauce. That's spot on. Now this can right here, this looks like I don't know what this can is. It's interesting though. Huh. And as you can see, the way he opens them with one of those what are they called? Like seamless can openers or something like that. I think that's what they're called. And inside the box, you got your separator there. And we have, oh, sorry about the notification noise there. We have a chocolate nut roll. Now, I got to say, I do believe that he had a surplus of these, and he's probably running low on them now. Tell me that. And this can right here is 100% period correct. This is an MCI can. This is MCI printing. This is it's 100% accurate. There's nothing changed about this at all, except the fact that it's opened with one of the easy or seamless. What is it? No, I don't know what those things are called, but so you don't cut yourself or whatever. And I gotta say, the edges on it are real nice. They're all nice and smooth. I don't feel like I'm gonna cut myself on anything. And the box itself, I gotta say, I've handled a lot of MCI boxes. It feels correct. It feels like an MCI box. He was telling me that he was thinking about changing up the method on how he puts on the actual print on top here, because I think that might be like a sticker that he puts on there. I'm not sure how he puts that on there. Looking at it, I can't really tell. But he was talking about maybe using a little bit thinner cardboard so he could actually print directly on there like the originals were. The original boxes were printed directly on with the printer, and I think he has to lay these on. So, and the later boxes of MCIs, this is very, very similar to some other boxes that I have in my collection and that I've handled. So I do think, yeah, he's glued the bottom right there to keep it from opening up on the bottom on you, which is nice, actually. Kind of wish they would have done that with those. But most guys weren't using the box or reusing the box. They were tossing the box immediately, pulling all the cans out and throwing cans inside their socks and whatnot. Now let me get the stuff back here a little bit more out of the way. Try to get it out of the picture all together if I can. just focus on this. Okay, sorry guys. Just changing the framing up a little bit. There we go. All right, now we're going to start opening this stuff because that's what you do with the reproduction here. You get to just kind of go through it and open the things up versus having to break out the P38 and literally have to open it up. So let's go ahead and go through the accessory packet first. And I do not have my little knife that I got from Minotaur. Minotaur Trading Company, guys, link down in the description. I got one handy here. That's the one I did last week. Do I have a new one? Here we go. Yeah, this is the one I can't wait to do too. Got the Minotaur ration, Arctic Field ration. This is the April special. Cashew chicken. Guys, go over there. Same thing. Use code OS10. Same as over at foreignmre.com. OS10 gets you 10% off. And you can pick up one of these for, I think, 20 some bucks. You get your ration plus a chance to win Bob's freaking crazy contest. Alright. Take this knife here. I'm going to try to open this without... This is a resealable pack. I don't know if I'm going to have to open. Wait a second. Hold the front door. Do I even have to cut it? I do not. Awesome. Look at that. So you don't even have to mess up your accessory packet at all. Ah, I see the answer. Nope. I'm glad I didn't cut it. Because I thought it was sealed up there somehow. It's a good deal. Alright, let's take a look what's inside here. Dump it all out over here if I can. Trying to. Alright. There's our accessory packet. Now, let's start off with the chiclets. The chiclets are spot on. I got a pack of chiclets right here. Hey, Ethan, come here. There's a pack of chiclets. Just a little bit shinier on the OGs up there, the originals, versus the ones in this reproduction. But as far as that goes, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that because I've seen packs of chiclets come out looking like that too. So, missing the little two-piece thing there. That's nothing though. It's actually probably changed throughout the years, honestly. See? It's probably a different year. Actually, I see, hang on. I'll show you the green one that matches it more closely right here. Yeah, there we go. It's got the little atoms up there. Hey, go in there and check on the kittens. Not in the kitchen. Anyway, so there we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. We will be trying that out. I don't know what kind of gum he's using in there. Maybe MRE gum. Will MRE gum fit in there? I don't know. Alright, what else we got here? Oh, here we go. We got Coffee Instant Type 1, Style 1, Composition 2. I don't think I have one of those sitting around handy. Wait a minute. Yeah, I do. Yep, I sure do. Just happen to have one sitting there. But definitely close enough for horseshoes. I have to check that out, how that opens up here in a minute. Then you got, this is an MRE sugar. You can tell that just by looking at it. So you got a 4-gram thing of sugar for your coffee. You have a package of MRE iodized salt. So utilizing some MRE components in here. And MRE creamer, non-dairy. We also have a Lighthouse butt ration here. Toilet paper or napkin, whatever you want to use it for. I don't have an MCI toilet paper handy, but we will have one here shortly. I don't know what I usually do with those. I've opened so many accessory packets over the years, guys. I honestly don't have a freaking clue what I've done with all of them. Here's the matches. The matches are proper, and the only thing I can say, they might have changed the striker. When did they change the striker from front to back? Can't remember what year they did that, but the MRE matches and MCI matches, they've stayed the same. Same printing, same match company, same everything at D.D. Bean & Sons. So the matches are pretty much correct. And here is your pack of Marlboros. And this is what we were talking about. If Mr. Brady gets himself up a website, that would be filled up. And he was talking about doing a few other things that obviously it would cost a little bit more. But if you eliminate the eBay charges that they charge a seller for selling on there, that would help out with that, if he had it on his own website to kind of even things out a little bit. But to fill up the cigarette packs and things like that, it would cost a little bit more. So, but there's your Marlboros. Do I have a pack of Marlboros handy? I do. Weird. Let me. It's hard to tell what'll be in that accessory packet that I open up here in a few. But I do have that pack of Marlboros right there. It's handy. Booyah. Absolutely great for display too. Let me just say that if you wanted an MCI that was in mint condition for display, and something that if you decided to and you wanted to eat, you could do that as well. So let's see what's actually in the cans now. The chocolate nut roll. Let's see what's in here. So the top just pops off like that. And this is deliciously scrumptious. I don't know what this is. Is this like a little fudge brownie or something maybe? Not really sure. Anyways, we can just seal that can right back up. There's what came out of that can. Here, I'll put the cigarettes over on the other side of the jam. And the jam can, I like that. I don't know what kind of can this is. Can't think of it. I know I've seen a can similar to this before. And there we go. Got some grape jam in there. And I think it said seedless grape on it too. So that's proper. Is this Welch's? What is this? Made by Kraft. Heinz. I don't know if I've ever had this jelly before. Be fun to check out. And then you just get you some more grape jelly, or you don't even have to have grape if you don't want to. You can put whatever you want in there. Jelly. So you got some jelly. I mean, for that matter, you could probably even throw some little peanut butter packages in there if you wanted peanut butter. Next up, we got our crackers and candy. Which right there are your crackers. Cars, table, water crackers. Table, water crackers. I've never seen these before either. Look at that. Vanilla fudge. Interesting. Now that is a cool detail that I didn't expect. Look at that. That feels like a feels like that's going to be like a devil's food cookie or something, which would be similar in the looks department. And I just saved one of these the other day. Instead of opening this rancid, nasty thing, I saved it. And there it is. Look at that. Now, I've seen them come in clear wax paper packages like this before. And I mean, the coloring on the ink is spot on. I would say it looks really good. And oh yeah, it still smells bad enough to take your breath away. No joke. It's set out for a week now. I think a week or two. And it still smells bad enough to take your breath away. This one doesn't smell bad. Put the vanilla fudge up there. It's cool that I got all these items sitting around that match. Oh, nice. Just knocked a bunch of stuff down. It'll be okay. And let's see what's in the beans with Frankfurter chunks and tomato sauce. There we go. Oh, there's our crackers too. Let's see what's in here. Oh, look at there. Beanie Weenies. Van Camp's. Smoked hickory. That's what's for dinner tonight. Nice. And then I can just buy a can of Beanie Weenies, put back in there. I can put me some jam in there. I don't know where these crackers came from, but I'll have to find those. But I will refill this ration. I'll use my own coffee and stuff like that to fill the accessory packet. But yeah, I'll fill this thing back up. All right, let me go get this heating up. So I got to heat up right now. Let me go get this heating up, and then I'll come back and put the rest of the stuff on a tray, and I'll be right back. Place to sit down. All right, get the tray out here. Our cans back here for a second. I'll keep those on display. All right, how are we gonna do this? All right. Chocolate nut roll, crackers, and fudge. There. Our seedless jam right here. Our Frankfurter chunks are going to be right there. And our accessory items. Now, honestly, I didn't figure I'd be getting full off of this meal tonight or anything. So, I will be fixing tonight this little bippin' here that Blindside was kind enough to give me probably like a year and a half ago or longer. Been a long time. But yeah, I'll probably make that just because why not? Alright, get this tray lined up properly. Move that over. Let's make some coffee. Smokes right there. Matches. Butt ration. Iodized salt. And our chiclets. Alright, let's use the foreignmre.com mug. I don't have a Minotaur mug to use. So, Bob, if you're watching, you need to get me a Minotaur mug so I can use that bad boy on the live streams. Usually I use my Bob Ross mug, but We'll go with the foreignmre.com mug today. I do have that case, man. I'll pull that up here in a little bit and show it to you. I'd never gotten a case of MREs from foreignmre.com before, and it's actually got foreignmre.com on the side of it. And I know they did have ammo cans. I do have one of those I got from them a couple years ago, probably. That's pretty cool. Alright, let me see if I can open this in a way to... Hey, Blindside, howdy, y'all. Hope you all are having a good evening. I'm here, but late. Laugh out loud. Lots of lettuce. Well, thank you, Blindside. Buddy, I super appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much for joining the chat. And, you know, it's I try to explain to people and tell people, like, what kind of community this is. And it's weird to even say it's a community but it really is. Like, and I want to say, like, I feel like the community that I have with you guys that's around me is just great. Okay, so inside here we have... Did I open this wrong or something? Did I do something wrong? I feel like I did something wrong. Was I supposed to open the other end? I do feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Wait. Probably meant to just be ripped open. and I'm like being all careful with it. I think we just got a modern coffee instant. We do. Coffee instant type 3, which is good coffee. This is good coffee. This is military coffee as well, so sticking with the as most accurate as possible with fresh products. I think that's just great. Try to keep that as intact as I can. I'll try to put another coffee back in that bad boy. Sure, I probably can manage that. And we'll put the sugar in there as well. There we go. I'm not going to leave that those beans and franks in there much longer. And you know what? I left my stinking water in the kitchen. My hot water. Move my seat. Right back. Oh. Move still. I think I'll probably give those beanie weenies probably like literally maybe another minute. They're already boiling up out of the can. All right. So the next time that LA Beast does a live stream, guys, go over there and tell him you want to see him do some MRE reviews. I sent him the counterpart of that corned beef hash that Blindside was kind enough to hook me up with, and I can't thank him enough for that. And sent its counterpart to LA Beast. Then I also sent him another box of MREs that if he wants to, he could do a all-day MRE challenge and eat a full day's worth of food in one setting. I couldn't do that, but he's a beast, so he can eat a whole lot of food at one time, and I cannot. I have a pretty small stomach. Well, darn, CT, hopefully next time you pass through. Carla Zimmerman. Hello, Carla. I don't know that I've ever noticed that name before, but hello. Oh, guys, if you like what I do here, hit that thumbs up or down. If you hate it, I'm fine with it either way. I am not telling you what to do. I'm just asking you if you didn't mind or wouldn't mind. Bleep bloop off the boot. It's right here on my screen. It goes like this, and then there's another one that it doesn't show on my screen. It goes like that. and, take care of business. All right. Crackers are going there. Coffee is going to awkwardly sit right there. Going after the beans and franks, guys. Be right back. Ethan, did you check on the kittens? Did you move them? Probably should have. Come in here and check the litter box. Check on them again. All right. This should be good and warm. I'm just about to spill it. Boom. I did crack it open. I didn't want to throw it in there in boiling water sealed. And, would have been, could have been a mess. Hey, what's up? Karsten's here. What's up, man? Off-World Adam. Hello. Off-World Adam. That's a new name. Oh, God, that's so hot. Not easy to open when it's scalding hot. God. Alright, that's as far as I'm going with that right now. Let's see what we got here. Deliciously scrumptious. Not sure what this is. I mean, it came in the chocolate nut roll can, so looks like a little chocolate muffin. It's glistening on top with granules of sugar throughout. Smells really nice too. It smells very chocolatey. Open up a pack of crackers. There we go. Very lightweight. Very thin too. I kind of like that. Yeah. Cars? These cars. C-A-R-R-S. Cars. And my leg feels like it's going to explode. Vanilla fudge. Straight up wax paper wrapped. It's like the OGs. Originals. Not what I expected. I thought this was going to be like a Devil's Food cookie or something. That's what it felt like. Is there food in this? I'm going to assume there is. Alright. Breaking out the knife. You have to cut that, he said. Okay. Hopefully I don't tear it up in the process. Too bad. What do we have here? Crunch wafer? Thought I had it, but I do not. Put it with my little pile of trash over here. There we go. Boom. I've never seen this before. Forella? American Foods. Since 1950 they've been around. American Foods. I'm sure I've probably seen brands of theirs before. 100 calories in this bad boy. I didn't keep a calorie count on this, but I think this would constitute a meal. Let's see here. 320 calories in that can. Wow. Holy cow. That's hard to believe. 320 calories in that. Wow. This got a little warm. A lot warm. Actually, you know what? Instead of getting it all over my fingers, I'm going to leave it in the wrapper and set it right there like so. It's not as presentable that way, but it's a whole lot less of a mess, I can tell you that. Let's start off. Well, I'm not going to start off with the jam, but I am going to get one opened up real quick. Alright, got that ready. Everything else, I think, good to go. And instead of dumping all that out on the tray there, it's going in this bowl. Looks like there's plenty of dude, I don't even know if I've ever eaten a can of Beanie Weenies before. I know that sounds awful, but sad but true. Alright, let's use this government issue, what would have been a government used or issued spoon, surplus spoon. Plenty of beef chunks in there, and this is of the smoked hickory variety. So we got some beans with some beans and some Frankfurter chunks. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. That's actually pretty tasty. I like that. I'm gonna have to buy this. Quick, easy meal. Whenever I haven't cooked or something, like last night, didn't cook and didn't have dinner or anything. I got hungry late. Ended up throwing something in the microwave. But yeah, this is lightly sweet. Definitely got a little bit of smokiness going on there, but it's not overpoweringly smoky where you get like the some fake smoke. Drives me crazy when people use it and they use too much of it. It just tastes it tastes like a chemical, a smoky chemical, and it just ruins dishes. In here though, I kind of wonder if it's not a natural way that they're smoking this one. Cooking, probably not, but it tastes pretty good. Well, there's a big old chunk of Frankfurter. Definitely some brown sugar going on in there. The chunks of Franks are not super mushy either, which to me makes all the difference. If they were like that mega cheap hot dog mushy crap, it would ruin it. For me anyway. Alright, let's we got a nice crisp break to them. Try a cracker on its own. It's got an interesting chew to it, where it's so compact. What does that remind me of? That reminds me of something. It definitely tastes like a saltine cracker, except it has a different chew to it. Slightly more chew or chewiness to it, where it's compacted so much and flattened. I'm gonna try a bite of the beans and Franks here with a bite of cracker. I mean, if you're out there reenacting in the field, maybe doing some airsoft or using paintballs or something like that, and going through your Vietnam reenactments. There's a lot of kids that are into that. I know that, younger folks that are into reenacting the Vietnam War. You know, when I was growing up, reenactments were Civil War. That's the reenactments you heard about. Probably about 20 years ago, maybe less, you started hearing about World War II reenactments a little more. Not to say that they didn't happen before then. I'm just saying it's when I, kind of heard about them. And then just here recently, I've heard about people reenacting the Vietnam era. The crackers go really well with the main dish. Like I said, if I was out in the field doing a reenactment or something, or heck, even for a survival meal, this absolutely works. There's enough food here to feed you for a meal. I don't see a calorie count on the crackers. Wayne probably knows what it is. I wouldn't mind knowing a total calorie count for the whole deal here. See if that little brownie had any calorie count, nutritional facts on it. Jason Sanderson, what's up, man? The oldest I've ever tried was a B1 unit from 77. The crackers were good, but the chocolate discs were bad. Also, the peanut butter was still good, of course. Yeah, peanut butter in a can, my honest opinion on peanut butter in a can, it will not go bad as long as it's not compromised in some way. I do not think that, I don't understand, maybe it's, now I have had commercial peanut butter that was still sealed that went bad. Turned into this weird putty that would numb your mouth and like stick to you. It just awful. Awful, 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 awful. It tasted horrible. Tasted like chemicals. Wyoming Adventures. Beans and weens. Beanie. Wait a minute. Beanies and weenies. It took me a second to read that properly. Beanies and weenies. Thank you for the super chat there, Wyoming Adventures. I super appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes. Beanies and weenies. That's what I'm trying to say. Beanies and weenies. After I say it, it's easier to say again. But yeah, the beans and weenies are good. I can't believe there's 320 calories in that. That just blows my mind. I feel like that's almost double what should be in there. But as you can see, 320 calories in there. Yeah, 220 gram can. So yeah. What's the protein look like in here? Probably pretty high. 9 grams of fiber, that's good too. 9 grams of fiber. Fiber's good for you. 21 grams of sugar, including 20 grams of added sugars. So 40% of your daily value on your sugars in this can. Wow. It's pretty sweet. 12 grams of protein. Not bad. Not bad for that tiny little can. This is definitely a tiny little can. 320 grams. What is that ounce-wise? What, like 5 ounces or something? Something like that. I know it's not 8. I think it's 5. Anyway. Yeah, I could eat this. This has to be something that you'd like. So, different menus that he has is going to have different mains. And in the listings, it'll tell you what the mains will be. There will be a picture of it. Open with the items that will be in it. So, yeah. All right. I need to wash that down. A little bit of this Coffee Instant Type 3, I think it was. I mean, it still tastes like military coffee, no matter how you shake it. All right, I'm turning my notification noises down. Sorry about that, guys. Turn Turn the other one down because I don't know which one's making the noise. It's hard to tell. I think Steve's birthday's in just a couple days. Got it in my phone here. Let me see. Steve's birthday is the 21st, so 4 days from today. I think it's like Wednesday, something like that. Gotta love that military coffee. I've grown accustomed to it, and I actually love it. Chris Stivers would love to get another IMP. Good luck with that, buddy. IMPs are few and far between. There is no doubt about that. I mean, they have become non-existent. And the people that do have a couple for sale on eBay want an arm and a leg for them. All right, let's check out this grape jelly. You know, I'm not accustomed to seeing jelly look right. Usually when I get a jelly, it's there's something wrong with it. It's been finely aged for 10 to 50 years. Look at the color of that. Holy cow. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. That's nice. Excuse me. Made some beanies. Wait, beanies and weenies last night in the smoker. When I make it, you have to chunk. Oh, wait a minute. Made some beans and weenies last night in the smoker. When I make it, you have a chunk of brisket. Oh, now that sounds really good, actually. Honestly, though, this is not bad. I've never eaten the old standard beanie weenies before, and my God, they're actually really good. But thanks for that super chat, man. And I'd like to try your beanie and weenies, which don't have weenies, it sounds like. Sounds like brisket. And then again, you might have weenies and brisket in there, for all I know. Look what I did. Got it right on the can. The jelly, I mean, it's great. It's great jelly. Great jelly. Not a complaint at all about that. It's sweet. It's grape-like in the flavor, which grape really doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in my opinion. It's pretty bland when it comes to the overall flavor, but man, that color's nice. Like I said, I usually don't see jam and jellies when they look proper like this does. So I'll bet you this would last a long time stored in that little can too, if you stored it properly in a cool, dry place. I'll bet you those little packets will last for almost ever. Got something on my shirt. Of course I did. That's going to stain. I'll have to try to get that out of there here in a second. Those crackers, they are, like I said, they're really interesting the way that the chew is on them. I do like that. Let's try out this this crunch wafer by Fiorella. Like I said, it ended up getting some heat, but it still looks plenty palatable. And give it a try. Well, I'll eat half of it. Very soft. Has a little bit of crunch. It tastes like a Kit Kat. I mean, it's got the hazelnut going on in the center, and it tastes very similar to what a Kit Kat tastes like. A little bit, well, it's not as firm as a Kit Kat, but the flavor-wise, though, very, very similar. All right, time out, guys. I'll be right back. This is going to drive me crazy unless I go try to do something about it real quick. And I'll be right back. Just Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, good deal. I got the beanie weenie sauce out of my shirt. I think. All right. Moving on to the dessert, which is this, we're going to call it a chocolate nut roll. It's a brownie of some type, I would call it. And it smells really good. It smells like chocolate cake. And maybe it is a little chocolate cake. I'm not real sure what they designate this as. But it has a nice firm top on it. And looks like a pretty moist bottom there. Not bad looking at all. Let's see how it tastes. Tastes like chocolate cake. Tastes exactly like a chocolate cake. It's really good, actually. This is, I gotta say, choice of products in here. I can't complain about any of the food. It's all tasty. It's all fresh. I think it would all hold up reasonably well for a few years, probably. At minimum. Stored inside these cans. In a cool, dry place. I don't know what the projected shelf life is. I mean, that's got like a little, I wouldn't call it a crunch, but that firm top gives it a different texture and feel to the top of it as you bite into it, and you kind of feel it as you chew it up. This thing, kind of like a big flat Kit Kat. Instead of being 4 layers, it's just the 2 or 3. Yeah, 4. I think Kit Kats are 4. And the jam. The jam is the jam. I like it. Put that in there. And yeah, the grape, like I said, there's not a whole lot of flavor to grape anyway. But it has the right grape flavor that it's supposed to have. Slightly tangy. Sweet. And reminds me a lot of toast. Eating a piece of toast. This, just the way that this cracker mixes with the jelly. Tastes exactly like a piece of white bread with grape jelly on it. Spot on, exactly what it makes me think of. Hey, Molder! Cool ration tonight, Smokey. Think I would like to get one of these. I mean, honestly, like, it's reusable. That's the selling point here, really. Honestly, it's a lot of this is extremely accurate because that's a legit MCI can from 1970. Okay, 100%. So is that can right there. And I don't know about this can, but if it's not, it's got me tricked as far as the size goes. Now, I know matching the collar is rough and hard to do, but honestly, it's done well enough that any reenactor would be happy to have this. would be glad to have this. And then I do like the idea, which I got jelly on it earlier, kind of took away from the shininess of it. Am I going to rub the paint off on me here? What's happening? Anyway, the seedless grape can, I don't know what kind of can this is that unscrews like that. What is it? The only thing I can think of that does that's like shoe polish. And I know that's not what was in here. Well, maybe. I don't know. But it's awesome that it's reusable and user-friendly as it is. And if you happen to not like something that Wayne packed in here, I mean, he's going for as close to accurate as to the original contents as possible. Wait a second. Did I miss something? Oh, no, that was... Okay. But if you wanted to put your own twist on things in there, like, put whatever you want in there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of things you could put in there right off the top of my head. You could do whatever you wanted. I mean, let's just say you had some freeze-dried food. You could baggie that up, stuff it down in there, and you could have a freeze-dried meal if you wanted. You know, just add some hot water to your baggie, and you'd be good to go. You can do whatever you want. As far as that goes, this thing, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to knock it in any way. I don't think there's anything that I could say. I mean, let's be honest. The jam and peanut butter cans, after you open them, you can't do anything else with them. I have thrown every single one of them that I've ever opened away. They're not collectible. You can't collect them because once you open them, first of all, you have to open them from the top. Okay, so that just ruins your label end. And second of all, they're so small to begin with. I mean, they're smaller than this even by a little bit, I think. I don't know that I have one handy. I probably do. Anyway, but after you open them, there's nothing you can do with them. So this is a good idea. I like this, and you can put anything you wanted in there. You know, you can put strawberry jam in there. It doesn't matter. And once you pick one up and it's yours, you see fit to refill it however you would like to eat it in the future. And you can have a different menu every time. And it'll look the same, but you can have a different menu every time. Or if you want to just keep it as accurate as possible, like Wayne did, you can find items that are very similar and put back in there, I'm sure. And you can fill these up right here. So you'd have that. I think that opens. It looks like it does. I'm not going to break the seal on it. There's no point in it because it's empty. But yeah, there's nothing in there. But I think that the flip top actually feels, yeah, it would open up. This feels like an actual box that you could fill up and use. And that he was making them for his own self and reenacting. So I'm sure he was probably filling these up and using them. So they said, yes, it does open up. So yeah, I mean, any questions that you have for Wayne, if I see them, I will try to ask him out loud for you, but if not, he can catch them through the chat. Anyone have any other ideas besides Benadryl for an allergic reaction to adhesives on surgical dressings? Oh, did you say Benadryl? I don't know. I have that issue. I don't know that. I don't know if you call it allergic, but it rips my skin off. Every type of tape, bandages, everything that they used on me ripped my skin off. I have to have and use a very special kind of tape, and I have to have and use a very special kind of bandage. Because if not, it tears me up. Now, throughout my life, I always used normal stuff, but where I had so much trauma to the area where I'm at, I guess the scar tissue and stuff, and I'm trying to think what I did. I mean, really, they just ripped it off, and then I just had to deal with it afterwards. There was nothing at all I could do for it that I can recall. I mean, I guess you could technically say I was having an allergic reaction to it because it swelled up, got red, did all that number. It would literally kind of boil my skin underneath the tape, especially when they had this pick line in my arm right here. They'd put these big patch bandages over it that to hold it in place, but where they put it right at my bicep, every time I move my arm up, I mean, I can feel my bicep underneath there. Every time I move my arm up and down like that, that needle would come in and out and in and out and in and out. And it ended up boring a hole out about that big around. You could have stuck the eraser end of a number 2 pencil into my arm where this thing went into my arm at. It was awful. But every time that they had to remove that, which was once a week, they would put that stupid thing over my arm and they'd have to remove it once a week. It was pure agony. And it got so bad that I was down layers and layers of skin into the, I don't know what area that would have been, but it was, nurse said she'd never seen anything like it at all. She was 20-some-year nurse, and she said she'd never seen anything like it. And it was misery. There was nothing they'd done for me either. When they'd take it off, they used this special spray stuff, and it would take 30, 35, 40 minutes to take it off very slowly. Of course, it kicked off yet again. So I planned on fixing another meal, but I think this is pretty calorie dense. If I was to make a guess here, got 320 there. This might actually have the calories on it. It does. 100. 100. The crackers are probably, I mean, honestly, both packs together is probably another 100. So we're looking at 520. The grape jams are probably, I'm going to give them at least another 60 probably. So, well, let's call it 80 for both packs, just to make it a round number. That would put us at 600 calories. Then that thing right there, the fudge or cake square thing, I'm going to say that's probably 120, 130 calories. So that's up to like 7 something. Then we had our package of sugar and creamer in here, which is probably another 30 calories. So we're up to like 750, 800-ish area. I would say this is, 750, 800 calories in here. And I think you could probably pack it even heavier calorie-wise if you wanted. Did the bleeding stop, Aletha? What's bleeding, Miss Marilyn? Tom Green was the best back in the day. Yeah. I've been keeping up. I was keeping up with Tom Green in his most recent escapades until he started traveling across the country, and then I kind of lost track of him. But he was doing this traveling by himself in a van during coronavirus stuff across the country through the woods and all kinds of stuff. Doing his podcast from his van. Oh, Red Green. My grandma loved Red Green. She loved that show. Those Canadians. Speaking of Canadians, got a whole list of Canadians in my description you guys should check out. B. Temple, my buddy, school teacher up there in Canada. Got Smitty. Great guy all around, just fantastic people. And you got Trucker, the one that likes to make jokes here in the comments section or in the chat. Trucker, he's good people, man. Really good people. Yet again, kicked me out yet again. I must have done something to make YouTube mad today. Don't know what it would have been, but Kitty, I know you were wanting something, but I don't know what to give you. Here. Come here. Trying to share with the kitty. It's good, honey. Eat it. Go ahead, Brownie. There you go. I guess I'll give you the last hot dog chunk if you'll eat that. And share it with you. Wayne says, I'm working on K-Rations next. That reminds me, Wayne also has long-range patrols up right now. You guys should go check those out. Click on his eBay link that I have down in my description, guys. And click Seller's Other Items. One of the links that I put down there should have been his eBay store. And the other link was just to an MCI. Reproduction MCI that he's got up. So click on one of those links and you can go over there and see what else he has up for sale. And I did see that he has some long-range patrols up, which I'll have to get one of those off of him next at some point, because they look really good. I had a bunch of those. Not a bunch. I had 10. 10 never used long-range patrol canvas bags that I guess were surplus. I don't know why. I don't know where they came from. I don't know why they would have ever made it out into civilian hands like they did. But yeah, I've got 10 of those somewhere. I don't know what I've done with them, but I don't know if that's what Wayne's using for those or not. But you guys definitely should go over there and take a look at the long-range patrols that he's got up over there, for sure. Okay, now, here, I'll finish. I'll eat some more of these beans. That's all there was, honey. There's not any more. It's just beans now. I gave it all to you. The last one. If I'd have thought of it sooner, I'd have gave you more than one. Accessory Packet. This one barely got sealed. Look at the overlap. I mean, that's like nothing. It's not airtight anymore. It's delaminating, as you can hear. Doesn't look too bad. Most of the delamination's right here on where there was a fold. And over here, I would say where it's just been grabbed and handled so many times over the years. Feel the chiclets in there. I mean, it's hard to tell what smokes these are going to be. Probably, yeah, same size as the Marlboros. So they could be Marlboros, they could be Winstons, they could be... I can tell you what they're not. They're not Benson and Hedges. Because Benson and Hedges are about that long. And I'm praying that they're Pall Malls, which I'm about 90% sure that they will be. But anyway, a couple of dessert pieces I got left there that I can munch on later. Let me put this accessory packet up before I end up messing it up somehow or another. I did notice, I don't know if you do this on purpose, Wayne, you might. I noticed that your box corners are almost straight. Pretty much. So, if you put a little slit right here, whenever you shove it down in there, it'll actually lock in to the top. Now, sometimes that can be a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends, because a lot of times when they lock in there really good, you got to stick your finger in there and pull out on them. And then there's more of a taper on all the boxes. If you see what I mean. Well, see what I mean? But that cut right there, I don't know if that would be something you'd want to mess with or not. But, wow, what's that all over my thumbnail? Huh. That's from gluing my freaking boot back together earlier. The way my legs are, I can't hardly find shoes and boots and stuff to fit me right that don't kill my leg. So I gotta hang on to the ones that do, even if they're falling apart. Alright, I got rust all over everything. That was smooth of me. I mean, and again, like, dude, it doesn't matter on the box. Like, I think it's easier to open and close without the cuts. And that's what you're going to be doing with this, is opening and closing it multiple times, whereas those are one-time use. You're meant to open that box one time, get your food out of it, eat it, and then toss it or burn it. So, or you were back in the day, I should say. Okay, well, moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. Which side of this accessory packet's the best looking side? I would say this side. So what I'm going to do is slit it open from this side. The only thing I'm taking out of here right now is the cigarettes, because I've got coffee sitting right here. And we're going to try the this gum. So, only opening this. These things are over $100 now. I've seen these going for $100, $120. It's ridiculous. Come on, people. They're not worth that. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess the market dictates the value and the cost, but in my opinion, they're not worth that. All right. Got to follow that weird seam line down through there. What am I hitting? Don't need to open it any further than that, I'm sure. Oh, of course. Well, it's good for comparison purposes, I guess. First thing I'm going to do, I want to smell that. Oh my God, that smells so good. I wish I could bottle that. I wish you could smell that. But as you can see, in here we have the spearmint chiclets, and we have a pack of Marlboros. Really nice looking pack of Marlboros, as a matter of fact. Yeah, look at that. That's just, I don't know. The odds, I don't know what the odds are, but I honestly didn't figure I'd get Marlboros in here. But there they are. There they are. The only thing missing, I guess, would be that little gold piece right there. Coloring's hard to match on the Marlboros. I can guarantee you that. These kind of look like they got some age to them. I kind of like that aspect of it. These ones would be probably 69 or 70. I mean, no later than 68, though, on these Marlboros. So, let's line them up and look at them. Is this correct? It says, selected fine tobacco, tax exempt for use in the U.S., not to be sold. Philip Morris Incorporated, Richmond, Virginia, 23-21-5. Made? Come on. I like seeing the words made in the US of A. I love seeing that. I don't know why. Just like seeing it. So you're going to have different warnings throughout the years. And this warning right here, if I was to look this up, I can't remember which one, when it changed. Caution, cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health. Pretty simple warning on that one. Here we go. Warning. The Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. So same message, worded differently there. But here we go. Freaking, I mean, what's that pack of cigarettes worth? $50 for 4 cigarettes? $12.50 a cigarette? Huh? stupid. I guess I'm going to pack these bad boys and get them opened up, though. Been a long time since I opened up a pack of Marlboros. Old Marlboros, I should say. I mean, that is a pretty good looking pack, though, I've got to say. Definitely shows very well on this side, which is the front. It's got a little bit of an indentation on the back, but anyway, I just missed out on 7 packs of MCI cigarettes the other day, 2 packs of Lucky Strikes. All of them sold for $70. Seven sealed packs, and there was 9 packs altogether. There was 2 that were empty, but 7 sealed packs, 2 packs of Luckies. There was a pack of Camels, which I've never had. Never had a pack of Camels, which drives me crazy because I want to try the Camels. All right, here we go. Can't believe I'm being hesitant about opening a pack of MCI cigarettes. I never thought that day would come, but here it is. Yep. All I can hear is ching, 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 ching. Money signs going off in my head. Smokey, to replace those, it's going to cost you. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. Wow. That's one of the better looking aluminums I've ever came across. That is nice. Good looking foil. I can't get over how cool that is. That looks so good. I want to give these things a smell here. Oh, they do smell good. Yum. Alright, well, without further ado, I will be pulling 2 of these out. Flipping one over. And there we go. Try to seal them back up best I can without making them look goofy. There we go. Cap them back off. Alright. Well, let's take a look at this smoke. Looks really nice. The paper's nice and white. The filter's nice and clean. They pack down pretty decent. Pack down really well, actually. Quite surprised. Usually when I do that, they end up bending right here because the tobacco gets so loose in them that they'll end up, the tobacco will be so loose, it won't be filled in right there. When I pack them, hitting everything down this way, they'll fold right here, and there'll be a crease. Looking at that, it looks very good for a 50-year-old cigarette. I mean, that's at minimum 52, 53 years old. Could be a little older. Alright, give it a try. Oh, it smells so good. It really does. Every time I go to move that camera. Stupid camera leg. Uh-oh. Alright. Matches that came with the Repro. One strike. Let's see. First strike. Dry pull, I don't get much. Tastes like a filter. Kind of odd, to be honest. First drag. Very strong. Extremely strong, actually. Ethan! It almost has like this bitter kind of nuttiness to it. It's extremely strong. Being the filter, that's the first thing that I taste is the filter. It's got a very distinct flavor to it, and I think Marlboros went unchanged for probably 30 years, like maybe 40 years. I don't know. Whenever they started, probably around this time right here, Marlboros became standardized where they didn't really make any changes that I can think of, and this does taste like Marlboros used to taste. You don't get that vintage aged tobacco flavoring from a filtered cigarette as much. It's there, but it's just not nowhere near as prevalent as I would like for it to be. And a non-filter is just literally worlds above when it comes to talking about 50-plus-year-old smokes. And, I've got a pack of 1908 London Life smokes, and the filter on them, they're bigger, they're almost like the size of a Camel wide, and the filter on them is completely hollow in the center. I don't really get the point of it. I don't know, because you're still going to get that same drag. I guess maybe it might keep tobacco from going in your mouth some, where it does pinch the hole down some as far as what you'd be dragging off of. Whoa, looks like Trucker's leaving us. See y'all next week, same time, same channel. Trucker out. Well, thanks, CT, for stopping by, buddy. We appreciate you, bud, and we're glad to have you in our community. And there's a link to CT's channel right there at the very top of the description, guys. It should go Wayne with the repros. Then I think I've got JW, and then I've got B Temple and Smitty and CT. I don't know in what order, but they're right there at the very top. So go check those channels out. If you like what they do, hit that subscribe button. Leave them a comment. Says, hey, Oldsmokey sent me over here, just to let them know that, or don't. Go there and leave them a nasty message for all I care. Those are the kind of guys they are. They like that kind of stuff. Maybe not B Temple, but Smitty and CT, yeah. JW, I don't know. I don't really know if he would like that so much. I don't know. I will say, it feels like the nicotine content in this is probably double what I would get from if I was to smoke a regular Marlboro right now. I feel like I'm probably getting double out of this right here. Bring on the nasty comments, he says. Well, there's your invitation, y'all. Go over to Smitty's channel and just leave him a ton. Okay, at least one person out there, if you're watching this and you haven't hit that thumb up or down, somebody out there needs to hit the thumb up button. I just looked up and I seen 66. I don't like that number at all. 55 people watching and 66 viewers or thumbs up. Hey, thank you guys. You broke the number for me. 69's a good number. 71's even better. It's weird because I have been looking and trying to purchase a 1969 MCI for almost 5 years. I'm not exaggerating. Tim says, I was 67. Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, man. You got me out of that devilish number of 66. I won't set my thermostat on 66 or nothing. Call me superstitious. I don't even know I don't know what I believe that it would do or anything. I just don't like that number. It's weird because I was in the elevator, and I know they don't do 13th floor, but there's another floor. Me and my son, we were just staying in New York recently. It was 13, and there was another floor that wasn't on the number, the dial pad. And I think we were on the 30th or the 29th, something like that. And I think it had 31 floors in it. Had a really cool rooftop too. I don't know if I'd recommend anybody stay there or not. It was just okay. For the money, it was okay. I've got to clear some stuff off the table and go get the little Rugrats. Hopefully my son, Ethan, did you get the kittens? Hopefully he got them and moved them. Because if not, I'll bring them in here, and I'm sure they need to use the bathroom. But what I can do is I can take the tray in there, and when I do that, I can grab them. Yeah, this thing hits like a freight train. It hits hard. Hits like Mike Tyson. Isn't that YouTuber fight coming up? The UFC fight with God, I hate even saying it, Jake Paul and some other UFC fighter. I don't know who. I just heard that there was a fight that he was going to do an actual fight, which should be pretty interesting. If they weren't so arrogant and just kind of shitty all around people, I would probably like them, because they don't live, or they grew up not far from where I live, but I don't know, they've just kind of, him and his brother both. What's going on with Tim? All right, guys, I'll be right back. Let me go grab them. Oops. All right. Got to put all the cans back in there here in a minute. Here, let me try a piece of this real quick. Wait, I've actually got to rip that open. Looks like I do. I'll be daggone. Well, break out the old pocket knife again. There we go. Let's see what we got going on in here. Look at that, that's even right. Oh, that looks right too. There you go. What flavor is this? Peppermint? Let's find out. Oh. I think that's peppermint. Honestly, I can't tell. The cats will be all in this. Let me get the trash. Keep that wrapper. Anything MRE I can replace. Smoke pack. That one up there. Chiclets. Okay. Put this over here. Yeah, any of you guys that open up old cans like I do, start saving your cans, and we'll save them up for old Wayne for his reproductions. Because unless you guys do something with them, I mean, I've got some I keep for display, but I can't display them all. Be right back, guys. Oh. You'll be on. Thanks, dude. Wish you'd got them. So they could have used the bathroom. They probably did on my bed. Alright. Just going to have you guys on here for a minute because I know you probably got to go. Right? Is that what you're doing? Looking? Here they are. Getting big. Getting huge. Hi, little ones. They're precious, though. They are. Look at this one. This is my favorite looking one. They all have their own personality, which I really like. All of them. They're, you know, ain't none of them that are bad. Oh, sorry, honey. Sorry. I do believe that I think they're all girls. Believe it or not. Gray one. This one right here, though, I guess it's a girl, but man, its freaking paws and stuff are huge. Come here, let's show them how big your paws are. Come here. I'll put you right back down. Here. Look how big its paws are. Oh my. Oh my. Yes, honey. Yes, yes, you're precious. And she's going to have long hair. She's so fluffy and soft. They do feel, feel different from some of the others. Posted a message on your post on last week's video, Marilyn. I was not sure how to send you a message on here. Yeah, comments. Sometimes you get to them, sometimes you don't. It's kind of how YouTube comments work. When you have a channel, like, sometimes I get hundreds of comments in a day, and it's like I can't keep up with them. Just honestly, there's no way. How can I twist this thing around there a little bit? There we go. Let's down some more. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby. You're my little baby. Yes, I know that stuff smells weird. Please don't try to pee on it or anything. Don't chew on the microphone. Oh, goodness. Orange one over here. Got the microphone in its mouth. No. This one right here. If there was a troublesome one, this one right here would be the one. The black one. Come here, honey. I want people to look at you. She has changed her looks so much. This is the runt. She likes... She's stretching it out there. She likes to eat regular food really good. There's two of them that do and two of them that don't like to eat regular food. Well, not regular, but kitten food. I got wet kitten food and dry kitten food for them. And two of them will eat it. And these two will eat it. And these two will not. So I have taken over for Mommy, and I've been feeding them bottles because there's no way that she can sustain them. She's lost so much weight. She was looking awful, and her poor teats were all just ate up, messed up. So I could have repacked this thing and showed you guys. Like it's going to look exactly the same except empty now. After I just ate the meal, which is awesome. I think that's a great feature to this. So if you're looking for something to throw up on your shelf or so that you wanted to display, it's definitely displayable. And also very, very user-friendly and usable. So, Wayne, I would say good job, buddy. I would say doing your website to where you can, do the other details that you were telling me about, filling up the smokes and doing a couple other little things to make it a little more accurate. I would say do it, man. I would say do it. And there's definitely a market out there for this stuff. the more people are starting to do Vietnam reenactments and stuff, which this this summer I'm supposed to get with belt-fed machine guns here on YouTube, and I'm going to try to come up with the most edible Vietnam era food that I can find. I've been looking, and I'm still looking. I just need to find some good source stuff. I'm going to, or I might even, you know what? I might even go down the road of doing the reproduction. That way they can guaranteed be able to eat it, and it'll still bring back the memories because it'll look like what they had, except they'll be able to eat it without any questions. And maybe I'll eat some of the old stuff in front of them for them so they can see that people are dumb enough to do that. And realize that food that they would have been carrying around with them possibly is still in circulation, and still crazy people like me are eating it. Hi, little one. Hi, little one. I have a B2 can. Wish I could have saved the bread can, but it was messed up, so I ditched that one. Yeah, sometimes it happens, Kaylin. I was telling Wayne, man, like, I've thrown away. Yeah, Wayne, I wouldn't do anything except, like, B units or something like that with them. And I would test out whatever they came out of. There are good B units out there. Vietnam era B units from the 70s, 60s, and 70s. They're out there. I have some from 64, as a matter of fact, that are perfect. I mean, I opened it up. I ate every single thing out of it, and it didn't taste aged at all. So they're out there. And I would never feed them a main or anything like that. So, or anything that I thought would be harmful. Definitely, I'll feed them some peanut butter. I'll feed them some 50, 60-year-old peanut butter without hesitation. That's one thing I love breaking out on people is a can of peanut butter from the Vietnam era and saying, have you ever had 50-year-old peanut butter? Because you're about to. Cracking it open it up at the P38 and dig in. Because it'll be perfect every single time. As long as the can's not compromised, it will be perfect every single time. From all the testing that all of us on YouTube have done over the years, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that food is indestructible. I think we should can peanut butter as disaster food. I don't know why they don't. I'm sure there are some canned peanut butters you can buy for long-term storage, but I'm sure they're huge bulk cans, not individual serving size cans. Would you quit chewing on the microphone? Jeez. You guys just want to play with the stuff you shouldn't be playing with. Here, I'll pull that out of there for you. You want to play with that? Here, foreignmre.com. Sport camping utensil is what I call it. It's got the... No. Get down. See? Nope. Stay down. Yeah, foreignmre.com. And then you got your titanium spoon with fork and a little serrated edge on the fork for cutting meat or whatever with. You use it as a knife. It's a nice little utensil there. foreignmre.com. They've got cases. I think he even had some cases of Milk Cold Weathers for sale over there, if I'm not mistaken. So, definitely got plenty of MRE cases for sale over there that you guys can go and check out, and use code OS10 or Oldsmokey10 and get yourself $10 off. My leg is taking my breath away from me. Let me say they make dehydrated peanut butter powder. Yeah, number 10 size cans. Yeah, I've seen that before too. But I think it'd be great to do, to do little individual. It's probably not cost effective, but for long-term food storage, I would like to have small cans like that, because honestly, the way I eat, one of these cans of peanut butter would last me either the whole day or maybe even a couple days of munching on it. And I wouldn't want to open a great big can because I'm not the type to eat a whole bunch of peanut butter in a row. So small servings would be good for me. It doesn't have to be quite this small, but I mean, even if it was like like that size, even that size of a can of peanut butter or something. I think that's too big, really. That's a lot of peanut butter, in my opinion. That'd be enough to feed, I don't know, 3 or 4 people, I would say. Unless you're making, I guess if you're making sandwiches, I don't know. I really don't know. Who's growling? Come here. Easy with the tail. Say hi. Hi. Hi, my pretty little girl. I'm a pretty little girl. The runt right here's laid down. They're all laid down. They must have been playing hard before I went and got them. It's the only thing I can think. Come here. Come here. Daddy holds you. Daddy holds you. Aw. Yes. Oh, you're a precious little thing. Precious little girl. I think you're a little girl. I hope you're a little girl. Yes. Yes. She does really good at, like, handling her. She loves to be held. And she likes to get up on your shoulder. Don't you? You getting up on my shoulder right now, honey? Yes. Yes. There's nowhere for you to go up there. Nowhere for you to jump to. The cats will make 2 more appearances, I think. Or maybe actually 1. Only 1 more weekend. And then they'll be going to their new homes. I wish I could get the other 2 to start eating regular food. That would be good. I don't want to try to starve them out or anything. Oh my gosh, we've had the government cheese discussion on here before. That's one of the things that I remember. Here, let me get you down, little one. About my childhood, my grandma used to get those big the white boxes. They were probably about that long, about that tall, and about that wide. So about like that or so. And they had 1 solid block of cheese in there that was wrapped in plastic. I think it was wrapped in plastic. And I'm almost positive it was. And then you just cut off whatever size chunk that you wanted. And obviously, I like to have it thinner cheese. Not super thin, but pretty thin. You know, like probably about like that, I would say. Millimeter wise, I would say it'd be 3 to 3.5 millimeters, maybe 2.5 to 3.5, something like that. Not very thick. But I've honestly never tasted anything that come close to matching what the government cheese tastes like. Anyways, the government cheese discussion. I don't know how many of you guys ended up having the government cheese as a kid or whatever. The 80s is when I had it. It would have been like within the first few years of my life, I would say probably before I was 6 or 7. So maybe 8. I doubt it though. Maybe somewhere along in there though. But that would have put me 89 to 90 or before. And back in the 80s, it was awesome. It was wrapped in cellophane. I couldn't remember. I thought it was wrapped in something. Yeah, there's something about it back then that, honestly, the best cheese I've probably ever had in my life. And I know it was artificial, just like artificially colored, just bullcrap yellow cheese. But I don't know. There's just something about it. I guess if I was to have a slice of that right now, it would take me right back in my food memories to my childhood. That's something people don't talk about or think about very often, is their food memories. And that's a good way that you can get nostalgic and reminisce, is if there was something that you ate a lot as a child, to recreate that dish, whatever it might be. And honestly, for most people, as soon as you smell it, that exact smell, as soon as you smell it, you'll get transported back in your memories, and it's pretty interesting when you think about it, because there's not anything else that you can do that's so in depth in your senses, where you get to smell it, you get to see it, you get to touch it, but you also get to taste it. And all those things combined creates a pretty unique experience, and the only way you can get that is through food. Everything else is missing one of the senses. All right, guys, my leg is killing me, and I need to get off of it. So, and I need to deal with these kittens as well. But Wayne, thanks for hooking it up with the reproduction tonight. And before you guys leave, don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, either way, whichever way you feel about it. And honestly, this has been an interesting dive into MCIs, Meal Combat Individuals. I mean, there's tons of information out there that I didn't even touch on tonight. I didn't want to. I mean, I could have easily gotten further in depth into MCIs and C rations. Thank you, Wyoming. I appreciate that. Yeah, me too, though. Honestly, it's been it sucked, but I don't want to complain again. But yeah, there's all kinds of information out there. Like I said, it's something that's really at the very beginning of a lot of the huge changes that came in as far as food technologies go. The food technologies were around before then, but that's when they really started advancing. It was World War II. World War II was a huge advancement in food technologies and food advancements. So I guess really you can thank the C rations and Natick and the military for some of the things that you eat today. Honestly, a lot of the stuff. So Jason Sanderson said, I'm sure I would have loved the cheese. I love cheese. Oh man, it definitely the government, old government cheese, man. I think you only got that stuff if you were on welfare or something. I'm not sure exactly how that worked. My grandmother made very little money. She did work her entire life as a maid, like hotels and stuff, but she didn't make hardly any money. Lived on a budget her whole life, and yeah, she did things that would have drove me crazy, as far as budgeting and things like that. The way she had to do things. So, and they didn't pay her nothing to be. She was always like the head maid too. I mean, she worked at Holiday Inn for many years. Then she kind of quit for a while. And then my aunt was running another place, and she just kind of went in to start working for her and took over there. But yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, could have went further in depth in the into the MCI information and things like that, which I'm sure I'll do a video on one of these MCIs, probably one of the first generations, fairly soon. I got some things from B Temple I want to get to first, review wise. But yeah, so I want to say huge thanks to anybody who was kind enough to send in a super chat tonight. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you so much for joining the chat and being generous enough to send in a super chat. You guys don't have to do that. I try to pay as much attention as possible to the chat as I can. But at the same time, if you send a super chat in, I'm definitely going to see it and go back and read it for sure. So yeah, they're all sleepy. They're all laying down except the orange one. Yeah, it's getting ready to lay down. It's looking for a spot. There it goes. Oh, yeah, you're sleepy. Thank you for the stream. Smokey Fortman says, I'll see you later. Thank you, buddy, for stopping by and hanging out in the chat. Thank all you guys for taking time out of your Saturday and spending your time here with me. I very much appreciate that. Don't think that I don't. I really do. I really appreciate the fact that you take time out of your day and come and hang out or watch one of my old videos or anything like that. I appreciate it. And I want to voice that. I hope you know that. So, yeah, one more week with the cats. I want to say a huge thanks to my patrons, you guys. I really appreciate you guys for donating over there. It's actually much better because Google doesn't get their greedy little paws all over it. And I really, really do appreciate that. I've saved up a lot over there to buy something special for this channel at some point, or maybe get some new equipment, which I really do need. I'm so outdated, and I don't really have the equipment that I should to bring the production quality up, which is what needs to happen. So, because I do plan on expanding this channel very soon. That's my plans. I do have plans. It's just I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. So, guys, I think I've covered everything. And I guess really all I got left to do now is say, wait a second. Again, link to Wayne if you guys want to go check out those reproductions. There's a link down there for Minotaur. There's a link down there for I not affiliated or paid for anything that I'm doing at all. So it's all just trying to help you guys out if I can, if you guys are interested in it or whatever, try to get you a discount or something like that to pass on along to you guys. So Minotaur OS 10, it's your discount there, 10% off your entire order. Or you can do Oldsmokey 10 or OS 10 at foreignmre.com. Get yourself $10 off for each case of MREs or First Strike rations that you order from them. So, all right, guys. I guess now, really all I got left to do is say thank you guys for watching. Check all the links out down in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Later.